Welcome back. It's time for Game 3 of the finals between Bob Maher Jr. and Brian Davis. Bob Maher Jr. is up 2-0 in a match that could easily be 2-0 in Brian Davis's favor. Brian's had a hell of a weekend. He's played brilliantly. He's gotten to this position. Obviously a really good player, and just sitting down for the finals gives him 24 Pro Tour points. He's going to be on tour for the next 5 events, next 6 events. It's just been a great weekend for Brian Davis, but he could easily be up 2-0.
That's right.
He, in fact, in the last game, not only should he have just sunk all his mana into the drain life, but when he conceded at a point where he was not dead. Brian conceded while he'd still gained 4 life from the drain life. It's not like Bob countered the drain. He merely didn't die to it. So, all right, guys, you really do need to be quiet. The players can hear when we're loud, and that sometimes gives away information. Anyway, so the game started, and both players keep their opening hands. Brian goes for a turn 1 unmask. He's got Ritual Necro in his hand. Bob does have the Force of Will, but he removed Persecute for unmask. Clearly, he's going to take Force of Will and then go Ritual Necro, right?
Yeah, I think that's the obvious play.
Ritual Necro should have won in the first game, although it didn't. But if he'd wastelanded that one turn, he'd let a big drain get Force of Will, he might have won.
Yeah, this is a very similar draw to the draw he had
in game 1. This is almost identical draw. We'll see if it works out any better this time. He necros for 6 cards, going down to 14 life. That'll give him a total of 8, and he has to discard 1 card during his end step. Draws a couple unmasks, a corrupt. He has a Spinning Darkness. Discards, one of the swamps. He's still got plenty. Bob finally gets a turn. Seems like Brian did an awful lot on that first turn.
Bob's got some weird synergy he has against Necropotence, where his Brainstorm will allow him to hide cards from the unmask.
Right. Yep, and Bob's going to do exactly that. Bob has Oath of Druids in his hand. He obviously does not realize there are no creatures in Brian's deck. So what's he going to hide? I imagine he'll hide 2 counters. Counterspell Disrupt. It'll allow Aura of Silence to get unmasked away, right?
Yeah, that's the most likely candidate.
I mean, Bob may think the Oath is gone, but Brian knows he doesn't have any Scourges in his deck, so he'll clearly take Aura of Silence. Of course, I've said that about other plays Brian should make.
Okay, so pretty much the first 2 turns here on Brian's part have gone according to plan. Did that even fill his hand?
Yeah, he played a land and an unmask,
okay.
So fills his hand exactly. And gives him nothing to do next turn.
Well,
you're right. Unmask.
He can unmask. That's it. And considering that he knows that Maher was hiding cards, it's probably not the worst play to unmask him.
That's fair.
But he can wait. He's not in any hurry. Does he have a... Yeah, he has a Necropotence in his hand. I think he could pitch. It's just a matter of whether or not he thinks it's worth it at the time.
Yeah, he's going to wait another turn. He's going to wait till he has something to defend.
That's fair.
He'll probably unmask next turn and then play the disc. There's a second Spinning Darkness. Or is it the first one? Previous one got removed from the game.
Go ahead.
Bob has Disrupt and Counterspell in his hand right now.
Bob would really like to draw some creature lands, I think.
Go ahead.
There's land number 4.
Disc.
And a disc.
Counterspell.
Bob counterspells. Not sure why Brian didn't unmask before casting the disc.
He
Does
wants
he
him
not
to
care about the
counterspell.
disc?
Yeah, he's got another one in his hand.
Okay, that's fair.
I think he wants him to counter it.
Necro for 2.
He's been real careful about unmasking before. Ooh, really nice.
Yeah, Wasteland's solid. Wasteland Duress. He can Duress Persecute.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's got a lot of action.
Get a lot of information about Bob's hand, know what color to pick. Bob almost draws an extra card. Catches himself.
Go ahead.
Bob has Forbid in his hand now. He's got 3 counters. Persecute blue would be really good here, but it's not going to resolve.
Well, Bob has what, 4 cards? There's a good chance he'll forbid with buyback.
Those cards are pretty good.
Yeah.
Forbid.
Let's see.
It's forbid, no
No,
buyback.
no buyback. Okay.
Leaving up Disrupt, by the way. We'll see if Ryan falls for Disrupt. Is this Persecute?
Yeah, probably.
Is he going to get Persecute disrupted?
Or he might put out the disc if he thinks the disc's more important. Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right play.
Okay.
Also, he should know that the disrupts may or may not be in. So
Yeah, we asked, and the players were allowed to look at the deck lists before this match. In the 15-minute break, they were allowed to consult the deck lists that they received last night.
Disrupt. Okay.
6th edition tech. Bob Maher brainstormed this as a response to the Nevinyr's disc, came up with Force of Will, used it to counter the disc. It's good stuff.
For 3.
Still, and the Unmask is still sitting in Brian's hand.
well,
What's he saving the Unmask for?
I'm not sure. I think he should have unmasked there. Certainly seems more beneficial. I mean, he wouldn't have gotten any counter magic, but at least he would have gotten the disc on the board, which seems...
Bob would probably have brainstormed as a response to the Unmask,
Yeah.
which then the disc would have resolved.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, there's no real problem with that. He can cast Disrupt, which keeps him from casting the disc, but all in all, it seems pretty decent.